Yay! Hello! Hi, everyone. My name is Chris Fair. Welcome to my YouTube, where let's be honest about a couple of things. Uh, it's dark in here. Didn't realize how dark it was. And she's going to fix it. She's going to fix it in real time. Boy, did she go on a walk today, and boy, did she get a little dark. Oop. Oop. Better? Worse. Hi guys, I'm so excited to see everyone. Wow, I'm so excited to be back in some sort of scooge while on this YouTube. It makes me feel really, really good. Also, again, I'm so sorry about what happened last week. I was having was Mercury in retrograde, whatever, in the past month? Not that I'm very astrologically centered, but at the same time, I was having such internet connection issues across the board that affected my YouTube last time, affected my podcasting, but I think it finally has eased over. Plus, hi. Plus, I got a new computer, which is so exciting for me. I mean, I have been using this 2011 MacBook Air for so long. And I'm going to be honest, I had gotten a MacBook Pro, and I like my MacBook Pro. In 2000, let's just say 19 maybe. But you really can't travel with it. And then because of the podcasting and all that stuff, I just kept using the Air over and over again until it really ran into the ground. And now I have a new Air, and it's so great. I'm so excited. Honey, she's always drinking Gatorade. She's very thirsty. Hi, hey, hello. Sitting on my back patio in the sunshine. I got some tan. Can you tell that I also was wearing sunglasses? Boy, I look like a dad that went fishing all day. So you know what? It was kind of those sunglasses too. I'm mad. Yeah, I went on a long walk. It felt really good. Oh, I forgot to turn off my Apple Watch. Oh well. Yay, Amsterdam. So we're gonna obviously talk about the 90-day universe, though I haven't watched, I don't think I'm super caught up on episode 4 of Last Resort. I just don't care so much about it. But obviously we can talk about Before the 90 Days and Toe and the upcoming Tell All, which I think is the word on the street. There's been some, I also kind of wanted to do live, just fun checking of, the various websites of mild gossip and live, see if there's anything we can unpack together. I also have been watching Sister Wives, and I was catching up with Monique, and I just love it so much. I just cannot believe it's just it's so satisfying to watch Sister Wives. Because, you really didn't have to watch every season, because basically, again, nothing has happened the entire time except for season 1, they find Robin. Season 8, Mary gets catfished. Maybe season 12, Mary's first child comes out, and then that's it. Then cut to season 18 when all hell breaks loose. Okay, or I guess 17 was the start of it. So yeah, so we also know. So looks like you've been on a boat. I know, I'm mad. I'm giving Florida, vacation. I'm tattooed vacation in Florida. Yeah, this is California. Yeah, but there's something about the tanness of my nose and the whiteness of the bridge that is specifically giving me male, a male pattern of tanness. So Shekinah of, Sarpa Shekinah. We can talk about the fact that, obviously this person has gone through cosmetic surgery. And, of the 90-day universe, I feel like people really can't get over Jasmine's face, right? Jasmine has gone and shown us many different faces before now. And plastic surgery and aesthetics and beauty, it's all very a slippery slope with like mental health and acceptance. And it's interesting what we as a society and what as we individuals are okay with and what we deem either unnatural or too much or over the top or whatever. You know, you can watch, okay, this is talking about Sister Wives. You can watch a commercial every once in a while. You're kind of find out. Glad the OG. This is the only sad part about me doing this live is that I'll just like stream of conscious talk and then I'll forget to look down and then like I want to talk about. So yes, Jasmine's face, one thing. Obviously Shekinah, one thing. That's 90 Day Fiance. You guys are talking about Sister Wives. I don't know if I just wanted to express this, so I don't know if I actually said it because I was so excited. Obviously, Sister Wives is dumb but great, and it's just unbelievable that this is the first season that we get to see people like truly say authentic stuff and also realize what they limited themselves to all those years because of roles that they had played. And to hear Christine talk about this season, how much she tried to make Cody happy. And I think that when she tried her whole life, and then when she threw her arms up when, like Robin was given such favorable treatment. And I think that what she's also not saying is, yeah, she asked for help in childcare when she was raising Janelle and her kids back in the day. And something must have happened where Robin must have asked for childcare and got childcare for her, like two baby kids, and the older ones. I don't know, something happened where Christine was like, fuck you. And Janelle watched Christine switch, just made it like Christine really woke the fuck up and was like, oh my God, I wasted so long. I don't know if it was like therapy, but you can tell how relieved she is and how happy she is. And the relief and happiness as a revenge, of course, for someone like Cody has made it so much worse, so much so that he is in like a heaping rage despair that has now like pulled in every other one, including Robin. And I think as a viewer, people love to hate Robin. And because what we don't know at the core is this. I think Janelle or Christine accuses Cody of secretly wanting to be only married to Robin at this juncture in his life, but because of his own religious beliefs and or not wanting to look bad, can't leave the other wives high and dry, can't divorce them. Looks bad on him, and so they have to leave him. So all of his favoritism and not giving a fuck is this kind of daring them to leave in this manipulative way. Like that's one way to look at it. And if that's a way to look at it, then where's Robin culpable? Was she like, yeah, I get him in the end, I'm gonna get him, but I don't have to look at the bad guy? Because Robin obviously cosplays as someone who the entire time wanted sister wives, and I've always wanted them sister wives on the porch and big Christmases or whatever. And some of us were like, okay, how do you experience this? It's like, you have to know if he is favoriting you and loving you the most. But you can't really help that. It's him to do that, unless you use it to poke at people. There are comments Robin made over the years that Instagram have picked up where, and I hate to bring this up too, but this is like my ultimate revenge. And this is where I feel like I'd love to press. If I saw this, I would know Robin's true intentions and know this. So again, where's Robin's intentions? Is Robin truly always wanted the Sister Wives live and she's so sad this happened and she doesn't truly understand, or is she a manipulative, nefarious person who selfishly wanted Cody for herself and got what she wanted in the end? Obviously, Robin, when she first came in the family, was a little younger and a little more svelte and had other, I think came in with a freshness that she really enjoyed. And I think that it made other women in the family feel insecure. I don't know if Robin had the sensitivity to like truly understand that and has made comments likening Cody's generosity of spirit for finding his other wives attractive through their own insecurities. She made a comment like that. This is again when Robin is like 1 pound and whatever. Robin is a very beautiful woman and looks a little different now, right? 10 years has happened. Robin looks different. And I'll tell you this, it feels like Cody ages you because Christine, having left Cody, looks and feels 20 years younger. Robin, having been with Cody, looks and feels 40 years older. As a Sister Wives super fan, in order to test the theory, what we would need would be for Cody to now try and prospect and court a younger, prettier, smaller, skinnier woman. I hate to say what I said to you, but I'm telling you this because I kind of just, in an evil way, want to test Robin. And it kind of goes back to what Christine says, where Robin has never had to live, a polygamous life. In order for her to really understand what these women went through with, I think that she would have to go through that. And then, we can pick up where we were. Mary and Janelle used to be sloppy seconds, but this was new for Christine. I really dislike Robin. She is phony, but it seems like Christine was all good with polygamy when she was the youngest, newest. Yeah. All of that is true, but it's so interesting because it's like, he was so quick to talk about how much Christine in particular was unattractive to him. Okay, so this is like not on the show, but this like, maybe you do know, it's like if you're in the Sister Wives life, then Cody once talked about going on a date with Christine early on in their courtship where Christine was eating nachos and it disgusted him so much to watch her eat nachos that he was like repulsed by her, but they still like dated. Which goes back to so much misogyny and fat phobia and everything. So it's like everything I'm saying to you in the first part of like wanting to see Robin deal with that. I feel bad saying that because I'm perpetuating this thing. Am I going to watch this woman who then try to harm other women using these, weapons, then watch her, succumb to them? I mean, I feel that shitty, but I don't understand. It's like, I at least think that maybe she'd be woken up by it. Christine, not your wife anymore. Renee read it too. So yeah, so that's the other part of Cody's like attraction and or disattraction and or sexual interest in women, and he uses it as a weapon against them. If you aren't doing the things that make me happy, I'm not going to be sexually attracted to you. And then he sometimes is like, well, maybe you're also insubordinate, so I'm not sexually attracted to you. And if I'm not sexually attracted to you, then you're not having sex because you're not going to be touched for the rest of your life. Because if you, for some reason, try and withhold your sex from me, bitch, I will just marry someone else. And I won't even have to see you because I will go to my other wife's house and just ignore you, cut you off like a plague, and then be like, why are you leaving? And take no responsibility. And I will, in every argument, try and put the blame on everyone else, on every wife, on every child. I will blame you for not helping me as I hurt other wives. I will blame you for not supporting me as I hurt our children, which I will call your children and not my children. It's so unreal to watch this now. Like, yeah, God, it's just like, I know this is called 90 Day Chit Chat. I should just call this what? Dumb TV we all watch Chit Chat, because I mean, this is 15 minutes. I barely talked about 90 Day, but okay. Yeah, it's just, we get 2 fights so far. I mean, I think we get another fights, but I haven't seen the Christmas episodes yet. We got this weird Mexican restaurant thing, early scene with Christine, where Christine could not be happier, and it's just like, hi. Yeah, you still hate me so much. You hate me so much. Yeah, I know. I get it, but you just have to come over that. Because I'm really happy. Like that was, and he's just like eating beans. I don't know. That's ridiculous. And this other scene happens where Janelle is like staying in an apartment, my loves, that looks like an apartment that I like, like some dude I would have dated, like that lives by Hollywood, apartment she does not belong in. And because she's a seasoned woman and she hasn't been on a television show for so long, but that's another situation about her financial situation. And the fact that she talks about that really was so important, I think, because it really is devastating to hear someone like her, who worked the entire time as Janelle raised all the kids and Cody drove around in a 2-seater white Lexus convertible, that now Janelle doesn't have a place to stay and Cody has a place with Robin. I just hate it so much. So it's all of this, and it's like, that's what it is. The fight that he has with Janelle at Janelle's house, when she's on the computer, she's on like what looks like a MacBook, but I've never seen that kind of MacBook before, but about Christmas or whatever, and he's trying to make hot tea, and then Janelle is yelling at him and he's yelling at her, and they both just keep saying the word gaslighting, but then Janelle's just like, fuck you. Shut the fuck up. She told him to shut the fuck up. Was it I mean, okay. I'm going to say this. I've never been married. I've never been a fundamentalist Mormon. I wonder how many times in which she's said the word fuck to Cody in her life. And how many times has Mary said the word fuck to Cody in her life? How many times has Christine said the word fuck to Cody in their lives? Like, to me, it's like, if you're a married couple for 40 years, sure, you've said fuck to each other. Sure. But because of the added layer of like the head of the household Jesus shit, it's like, it makes the fuck so much more powerful, right? Okay, let's give a thumbs up for this awesome live. Yay, we can thumbs it up, 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 thumbs it up. If me, ramen hair, dimwit doesn't love you, no one will. Ramen hair. I'll tell you in the confessionals, whatever the product they use in his hair is 100% better than whatever he's doing. I totally believe Robin is scared she'll be stuck with Cody 24/7. I kind of feel that way too, especially now. She feels like the fact that she talks about his rage, scary. Chris, did you hear the reason why Cody wanted to marry Christine? Because she was royalty in her sect of the Mormon Church. Christine's grandparent was. Yes, I did know that. Yeah. Yes, I did know that, Renee. And the last thing I'm going to say about the sister wives things, I want to move on to 90 Day, is that they also mentioned, though, that they also say something like that Janelle and Christine weren't courted by Cody. That they kind of like, Cody says yes, Christine was in the royalty of the family, or was in a royal family in the Mormon Fundamentalist Church, but also that he had courted and married Christine, and that Janelle and that he had courted and married Mary and Robin, but that Janelle and Christine wanted in on the family. Wanted in. And so that there was a respect level missing, because it felt like he was like, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. Anyway. But yeah, it's great. Okay, so Jeffrey Paschal's appeal denied. Look at his hair. Well, I mean, is that girl still with him, that person? Let's see. His 18-year prison sentence for aggravated kidnapping, domestic assault, and interference with an emergency call. Yeah, you'll have to continue to serve the 18 years. We hold that the evidence presented at trial was sufficient to sustain the defendant's convictions for aggravated. Update: part of Jeffrey's appeal was the claim that the 18-year prison sentence with no chance of parole was too harsh. Here's a summary of conclusion. The defendant makes no specific argument about how the 18-year sentence fails to comply with the purposes and principles of sentencing. Oh, okay. Well. Varia Molina posts after appeal denial. His girlfriend, Varia, still girlfriend, has been posting Instagram after denial of the appeal revealed, and she seems completely unbothered. Varia, who was able to receive her green card via a lottery, is currently on a road trip in Georgia. Here are a few of her Instagram stories made after news broke about Jeffrey's appeal being denied. And it's just, oh, Jesus. So many fun things to do. I don't know why that's so dark, but like just her living her life in Georgia, just never talking about it, just so happy. I made it to Atlanta, to the best eyelash tech ever. So Varia is just living her life in Atlanta, like as like some dumb Instagram star. Is she just spending his money? I mean, okay. I don't know. Is that because if he has kids, but I wonder, like, yeah, how is she just spending his money? I guess. I mean, someone's got to do it. Remember, like I was thinking. By the way, regular 90 Day Fiance, regular no dot dot something else is coming back. Remember What Now? Do you think What Now is going to happen, or Happily Ever After? When's the next Happily Ever After happening? No, yeah. So, oh, that's a good one. We can watch the first preview trailer for the new 90 Day Fiance season 10. Have you guys watched it? There's like a Kylie-esque. Okay, have you guys watched it? Let's watch it. Now I'm gonna do this really old school style because I like don't have like no. I'm Jesus. Okay, give me a second. Portrait? No, it isn't. Okay. Okay, I'm sure you have all watched this, but this is fun. Just friends watching shit together. I'll make no money on this live, but if I show this, I don't care though.
But I haven't told him I am a witch.
Oh, Spella!
When you can, I make you what the fuck.
Really?
Don't broke my penis.
Oh, I'm gonna break it alright. 15 years ago, when our first K1 visa was approved,
Moldova.
our love wasn't ready. But now I'm going back to Moldova to give love a second chance.
Oh.
Baby! More!
We knew this one.
I'm finally making my dream come
Who's
true
that?
to start the 90 days in my life with you. Good job. Stick it out.
Look at that profile.
Oh, little French pig.
I'm living in a one-bedroom apartment with 2 guinea pigs, 2 chihuahuas, and my mom lives in my closets.
No sé, ¿hay suficiente espacio para mí cuando llegue?
쉽게 봐주세요. Without my parents' blessing, I can't get married.
Can't.
하면 엄마가 그리워하고 보고 싶고 그럴 것 같은데 어떡하지?
Yes.
Oh. Cheers to our new beginning.
Have you guys thought about kids?
I don't think I actually want to be pregnant.
He's hot.
I could not walk down the aisle today. It would be a lie.
Hey! There's some red flags. People don't want to be around him. You want to spend the rest of your life with this man? I do feel pressure to make things work because it's only 90 days.
Why?
Can you give me a shower? Or what?
I don't know.
It's hitting me. It's like you.
Oh, I fucked up.
What is it?
I think I fucked up, but oh well.
Shut up!
No,
I don't want any more of them.
I never. That's not cheating.
No, it hurts. Okay, I think I fucked up a little bit. Whatever, just not to deal with that. Okay. So immediately I will say that the Moldova ladies, wow, that's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be a lot to deal with. But I'm not mad about it. She looks like a porn star. The other, kind of like Kylie Blunt. Oh, I'm watching myself. The went right to my lone live. The Kylie looking influencer with the guy that doesn't want she doesn't want to have kids, and the guy. I mean, that's a kind of that's the kind of like experiment I like to see, like in the Amanda Rasman kind of way, which is I feel like a man who is aesthetically into someone who is a horrible person, and then I just get to watch that man find that out, and then whether he is smart enough to make the choices to get himself out of it or not. I just like that. That's the kind of like lesson I like to watch. It's a trope that I've been into. Okay, so I saw something of this. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so yeah, I hope we get new families of people want family Chantel. And some YouTuber posted a fake video about Chantel and it was shut down, about Chantel dying, and apparently Asuelu hooked up with Winter. Yes, Chantel, River, and Mama Karen are in a clip of the last result tell-all. Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, Lala, I can't do Jasmine. I know. I wish they would too. Like, yeah. I mean, it's all the thing about Gino and Jasmine is that the producers have to know when it gets really repetitive. Like, I don't get it. Like, don't you guys know that we're kind of like over watching her scream? And it's also like, no one would choose to be around someone with what looks like a very intense, unmedicated battle with the ups and downs of some sort of nervous system problem. I don't know how to say what it is. What I'm trying to say is I would write, like, if any of us ever encountered anyone in one of our friends' lives or our own lives that had the energy of a Jasmine, we would run for the rest of our lives. We would never be around that person. We would be scared to. It'd be like, the fuck, that person's crazy. And so how can you keep showing us something that no one would choose to be around for that much? It's just too much. It's too much screaming. It's too much yelling. It makes, it's just it's not fun to watch. It's like they have to have obviously the data of the people fast forwarding certain people. Like, I think to my mind, they have to know that people fast forwarded Kenny and Armando segments. And they have to know that people are fast forwarding Gino and Jasmine because it's a drain. It's a drain to watch them. It's scary, it's cringy, it's fake. It's obviously fake. It's it's nothing you can like sit through. Gino gives off serial killer vibes. I mean, especially when he just sits there and just like has to like take in what she's saying and doing. Sorry, I'm looking things up. Oh yeah, and then Shekinah was on an episode of Millionaire Matchmaker. We know that thing where you talked about that. Statler Scottish Castle details. How much does it cost to rent? So Statler had a whole thing also where Statler said that Amanda had gotten a really bad edit. Amanda was a hero, and Statler, also had gotten a bad edit, and I think that was like her like trying to relate. I feel bad because there's also pictures of Misha and Nicola in the U.S. I feel bad like this. Yeah, people are seeing them around. And people also obviously saw Gino and Jasmine. We already know they're in America. But yes, Shekinah was on Millionaire Matchmaker. Yes, there's clips. She has a different face. And she talks about being Amish. So I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, what was I saying? Who knows? I'm trying to think about the people. Yeah. it's funny the people that like 90 Day doesn't choose to follow anymore, even ones that are no longer together, but like I'll just and ones that obviously didn't want to come back on, like I'll probably still always think about Lida and Eric. I almost said Arabic. Like Hamina and Mike are very much like I think about them too much, probably. I'm happy to obviously see Anfisa on the Villains VH1 series. Let's just make sure when that's going to air. There is no sound. Is it just me, or is anyone else having this issue? No one has told me. No, babe. I think it's just you. I definitely haven't heard that from anyone else. That is not surprising at all that she was on MM because she said she's only been with Sarper for 5 months and they already booked on 90 Day. Ooh. Okay, so Mary and Brandan. Yeah, there's so many like right now. I wanted to say about the Statler thing. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Statler. This is what I was trying to say. There's no reason to hate Amanda. There's no reason to hate Statler in the sense of, like they might be going through their own situations, but they're definitely on TV and like whatever their situations they're going through, I don't necessarily think that they are like cognizant of it. I think that maybe we just have like some people going through some emotional growing on TV. And so one thing is that it's one thing to like share comments and then I'm sure they're just getting a bunch of comments like on their own Instagrams and stuff. That always weirds me out. Like I just cannot fathom a world in which I'm like, I'm going to go to this person's Instagram and then make them feel bad. I just don't have the energy for it. I mean, yes, I have the energy to have my own bad opinions on my own podcast, but I just like don't want to ever seek anyone out and have the audacity to be like, they need to hear it from my mouth. They need to hear what I don't care. I don't know. So having said that, I'm sure that Statler has heard a lot of shit and I'm sure that Amanda has too. So they're coming out defensively swinging. I do not enjoy watching Amanda at all. She is very haughty and lacking self-awareness on social media. Absolutely. Amanda, absolutely. Amanda gives off vibes. Amanda gives off like 90s babysitter vibes, like she has the emotional intelligence of like a Regina George, like I kind of like said this on the podcast last night of this whole like, I don't like you. Everything's annoying. I don't like you. I took coffee. And the minute that he's like, I don't think I can do this. And my mom definitely thinks that you're shitty. She's like, everything to get you back to me. I just want to be the perfect girlfriend. Let me write you a love note. I'm like, the love note? Like, the love note is so dumb. This like red card. And like, again, if a 90s babysitter wrote it, I'm sure it's like the cloudiest, dreamy handwriting. I'm sure that like every fucking eye has a goddamn heart on it. Like she has 2 kids and she's gone through arrests and she also gone through like a horrible tragic death of her significant other / father of her kids. And she has years underneath her belt. She really does look like she does look like she is like 25, but the bitch is like 30 something, like 34, 6, 7, I don't know, something like that, like mid to late 30s, something around there. And all I'm saying is she seems very much like stuck in a young mindset. And in a way that I don't think it's that far off to say like, doesn't Holly kind of feel that way too? Of Holly and Wayne? Like, doesn't Holly, who's 40 something, the way that she talks to her mom and like the way that she interacts with Wayne and like she also gives off like some wafy 19-year-old who like has been living in the Appalachian Mountains the entire time and like doesn't have a wherewithal or like a true grounded understanding of the way the world works and or the human that they talk to on the other side, behind the eyes. Oh, yay! Hi! Ah! Oh my God. Look, you guys. Hey, Christian. So Christian was nice enough to come see my one-woman show I did at the Hollywood Fringe. And so his main pick is me and him. It's the two Chris's. That's me. Boy, I had some roots. I'm not so blonde anymore. I got a little more goldenness to it. I'm really happy when looking at this picture. But Chris, look how handsome you are. How's your girl? Thank you so much for going, and thanks so much for being here. She's in Arrested Development. Yeah, I know. Okay, but it makes sense with Amanda since she was only with that one guy before he died. She had one relationship, high school sweetheart, so she hasn't matured past that. Absolutely. 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 I love you. Thank you. That's so kind. And I don't think it's age regression due to grief. Also, she said somewhere in a live that she met Razvan like the day that Jason passed. So, anyway. I don't think she regressed. I just think, that's a hard regression. How do you also regress like that when you have two kids, young kids who like are looking up to you, need you? She says this, she does say this, like if she didn't have them, what she would do. But the way that she can manipulate Razvan gives me pause for her not understanding. I think also innately the well-being of someone else when she has like children. It's interesting that she can so easily make her choices that suit her and be really manipulative for the well-being of others. And it makes me sad because she has kids. How do I say that? You know what I'm saying? I would haunt my significant other. Oh. Could you imagine? And I am like possessive, like I'm a jealous, possessive person for sure in relays. In relays, like, when I like someone, like if I don't like you, then sure. Like if you can really tell that I don't give an F, if like you are talked to or approached by other people in my presence, then that's like one way you can tell that I don't give an F about you. But, yeah, if I like you and, you're mine, absolutely. And so if you're mine and then I die, you're still mine. And if I can bridge the gap of like the worlds and get my presence back in this world where I also can make my presence known in a visceral way, in a palpable way to others that are still living, I'll wreak havoc. What would I do? Like dumb things, like maybe like when they're trying to like bone, like put the TV on, the TV's sister wives. Yeah, bitches, try and fuck to Robin's eyebrows. Look at the eyebrows. I'll make the eyebrow. Like sister wives will come on. It'll be like a frozen picture of Robin, and I'll just like, I'm a ghost. I can do whatever I want. I will like circle the eyebrows. I'll make them really, really big. I'll just keep flashing her eyebrows on. Whoever is trying to have sex with my man will instantaneously know the meaning of this curse. If you fuck my man, you will wake up with tattooed Robin's eyebrows on you, and they will be on you like the mark of Cain for the rest of your life. You can look at those gray sperm eyebrows. One's a sperm, kind of like one looks like a sperm, or one looks like a judge's gavel, depending on who drew it in that day. And the other one looks like whatever. And that is what your eyebrows will look like if you decide to have sex with my widowed man. I'd find a better person in the afterlife. God damn it. You're right, Mickey. But you kind of like it, like, do you get mad? Like, this is a perfect example of this. I just made like a dumb comment, right? Like, but like very selfish and narcissistic comment or whatever. And I was like so proud of myself. Like, I do this thing and it's horrible. And then Mickey comes along and just makes a comment that is easier and already better than all the work I would have done for this revenge comment. But this is the problem. This is why you have to be like a positive person, because yeah, this is exactly it. Because look how much energy my ghost would have expended on haunting my I'm haunting my widow and fucking up his life when I could just get it in heaven with some hot ass angel. You know? This is why you have to like make good choices for yourself, positive choices for yourself, and not negative choices for others. You can't impede other people's happiness, I guess. You only have to find it within yourself. But wasn't that a good idea, though? And also, like, okay, just reverse what I said for a second. Could you imagine if you were having sex with someone and you knew, okay, if you're a girl or a guy, whatever, if you are having sex with someone for the first time and you do know that that person is a widow, that person's significant other died, you're having sex with the person for the first time and things start to happen, would it give you pause? And if specifically what happened after like some, questionable like lights on, lights off and windows, whatever, if suddenly the TV went on and then you were shown an image of Robin's eyebrows and they were like it was cut in such a way that was like, this seems specifically a message for me, would you take it in as, oh, I'm going to be fucked with by a ghost if I have sex with this person, and specifically this person is threatening me with really bad eyebrows? Now I don't know if the I don't know if, I mean, like, the eyebrows itself is an image that would haunt me. And it would definitely take me out of like the sexual. I'd be like turned off. I'd be like, huh? What? What's happening? I don't know. I love you guys. I'm too petty for that. The day I died, no, there'll be no happiness. I don't know. Okay, so by the way, just like a little side note is for everyone that was for everyone that was here last week. Remember when I said I had jury duty? I just kept having to call in every night, and I never had to go in. Isn't that funny? I mean, great. Also funny. Also, it's just so like, I kept talking about jury duty all week, because it was like funny, but also I couldn't plan my life. And so people kept being like, what are you doing? I'd be like, well, I don't know from every day. I don't know what I'm going to do until the night before, until I figure out like if I have jury duty. And then some people, like, the reactions would be like, you're doing jury duty, or you responded, or whatever. So many different reactions. And I'll just say this. I think I've run the gamut. There's definitely, I'm sure I haven't responded to a jury duty before. I've definitely got called in a jury duty before. I definitely once got called in a jury duty and then was asked and then was going to be put on a trial. But then when I think that I got out of that because I could sort of tell that if I leaned into a certain liberal ideology that it would warrant me as being biased in some way, and therefore I would be excused. One time I got put on a jury and then like did some car insurance against some insurance company against the person, something or other. So I've done it all. And I think that, jury duty is annoying. And I will say this, two things. I once had someone tell me that they specifically don't vote. They don't register to vote, because if they do register to vote, then they have to get called into jury duty, and that was annoying to that person. And I remember my first thought being like, that sucks. You suck. So now because you don't want like any responsibility at all, you're not going to vote for the wholeness of your life because you're like so skittish about doing like a civilian duty. I thought it was like gross. But at the same time, I get it. Like, there's a lot of people that are like, their jury duty are for people who like are too dumb to get out of jury duty. Like, I've heard that too. I don't know. Like, I get it. I think there's times in our lives where, like, yeah, we have a lot of fucking shit going, and the idea of like having to do jury duty sucks. And you can like definitely postpone it. I did. I actually postponed this jury duty that I did starting September 11th from April because, as Chris knows, I had to do this one person show, and I was so like, I'm writing and I'm rehearsing. I cannot fucking just go and do jury duty. What if I could put on a thing? I was just out of my mind. But then I also think like, no. I want rational people that have a sense of duty and aren't just like around to do jury duty. I've never, like, knock on wood, had to like go on a situation where like my life is up for jury people to talk about, or I mean, thank God I haven't. And yet, and it's weird because it's like right now, like I am commenting on a bunch of people's lives. I obviously have no problem making judgments all the time on people's lives. So I think that there is something to the fact that there's an understanding of the responsibility of this world, right? No one wants to pay taxes, and taxes are annoying, but we also know we need to pay taxes because we're very thankful that there are firefighters and paramedics that are going to come save our lives, like, if shit goes down, right? So I guess there's like a certain understanding to like the divine order of things, of like how law works. And I'm like, whatever. And having said all of that, just to be like, I don't even have to go in. Now it's done. All right. America having a jury system will never not be wild to me. I wish I knew more about the way other countries do things. Is just, side note is, I got really into, there's a beautiful one-person show that I saw. It's called Prima Fauci, and then Jodie Klusker did it in London, and then she did it on Broadway, and then I think Cynthia Erivo is doing the movie version, or at least it was announced or whatever. And it's basically, and I don't know what's going to be, if it's going to, if it'll change the movie from the original, but the original is just basically a barrister, an English defense lawyer. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm getting the words right. Obviously, the prosecutor, defense person. And in England, they have different words for it all, right? Like the law thing is, they literally use the word barrister, which is like, sorry, come again? And like they had the wigs and everything, like in the, it's like crazy. Okay, so when I was watching Prima Fauci, like watching their jury system, their legal system is very interesting, and the way that British High Court is like a whole pageantry in itself that is like crazy for Americans. To me, that's like, it looks like church. Yeah, like the English British judicial system for an American looks like church to me, or something, where it's like not a real place. I don't know. They made a sadist, yeah, to kick us out at Lucid and Tobias lunch, yeah. Yay! Hi! I've been required at my work for years as an excuse. It's brought in and served twice, nothing exciting. We actually in a room, yeah. If you're, some obviously people like, it also, depends on your work. Like people have to get paid. People have to be paid to do it, so which is good, What? What? A friend of mine was on the Danny Masterson trial. She said it was crazy. I mean, it's so funny because the whole thing is you can't even talk about it, but that's like, I can't even imagine being on that one. That's bananas. Like, could you imagine being on like the Amber Heard, what's his name? Johnny Depp. Okay. Johnny Depp. Obviously that's that person's name. I will tell you that for the past 5 seconds of me being like, what? I kept wanting to say Amber Heard and Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito. And I was like, don't fucking say it, Chris. It's definitely not Danny DeVito. And so I was like, it's not Danny DeVito. Oh my God. Of course, Johnny Depp. Like, could you imagine just showing up for jury duty, and then somehow that's what you have to do. Also, like for me, the range of questions of being like, how do you feel? Do you know a lot about pop culture? You know, because they have to like kind of be like they ask you questions as a jury to kind of like get to see if you're biased. You know, like Chris, would you consider yourself a pop culture knowledge person? Do you know a lot about things? Like, no. Chris, totally random question. Sorry, I'm neurodivergent. I think so too. Your thoughts on my Big Fat Greek Wedding 3? Ha ha ha. You know, my Big Fat Greek Wedding is so funny. I will say this. I really like Nia Vardalos, and I definitely Big Fat Greek Wedding was such a seminal movie for so many. I think we talked about this for so many. I definitely talked about this with Wah before. For so many ethnic families with immigrant and or ethnic families, definitely, you know, Mediterranean for sure. You know, like Greek and Greek Orthodox specifically is basically so close to like me and Nicola, that kind of thing. Like I'm trying to like, you know, if you know, Nicola's brand of Catholicism isn't is sort of like orthodoxy in the iconography and the incense and all that stuff. It's like there's, and I know that. So Greek Orthodox and all of that, the way it looks is very interesting. Like, you know, like when you look at Russian Orthodox, that kind of like beautiful church, the pageantry of that, the Theotokos, the crosses, like the Mediterranean, not, it's the Antiochian, or it's, what do they call it? It's the, or the Orthodox cross. The crosses look a very specific way, very Eastern, I guess. I loved my Big Fat Greek Wedding 1. 2 was whatever. 3, I want the best for her. I always wondered, and again, maybe I should look it up because it's like, why didn't she tour her original one-person show? You know, okay, maybe Chris brought this up, but just so everyone knows. My Big Fat Greek Wedding was Nia Vardalos' one-person show, just like I did, a one-person show. Her on stage talking. Now hers, I didn't actually ever get to see her one-person show. Ours is a little different. I don't think I went in and like did so many. I'm sure she did a lot of characters. And this has happened like obviously like in the 90s, aughts when it was running. Rita Wilson of Tom Hanks is Greek. She sees this one-person show. Tom Hanks, huge movie star. They get it made into a film, right? And it's a big deal, huge blockbuster. Nia goes on, tries to do like another film, Connie and Carla or something like that, and it doesn't quite like hit. Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 comes out. I would have loved to see her mount a brand new tour and actually tour the original production so we can see like the genesis and how it was made into like, you know, different characters. Because it's like, it's one thing to see this nice woman that plays the aunt play the aunt over and over again. I like that person, you know, but it's like I also would love to see how Nia expressed who her aunt was. The other thought process is I would have loved to maybe also see Nia do other kinds of things, like another one-person show about where she is now and maybe talk about some success or, you know, kind of like change and a little evolve. For commercial reasons or not, I haven't quite seen the evolution of her and this particular story in a way that makes me super excited to see it. Now, having said that, does my dad want so badly to see my Big Fat Greek Wedding 3? Yes. And will it thrill me for him and I to go and eat popcorn and see it? Yeah. Because I'm Syrian Lebanese and it was just so specifically also a cultural thing. It felt like being seen. Just all the cousins. And it's like, instead of like, it's like, you know, it's like, instead of all the cousins being Nick, Nicky, Nick, Nicky, Nick, and Nick, all of that, it's like the same thing, but Georgie, Georgie, all. It's like all this, you know. because Greek people are Christians and Syrian Lebanese people are also Christians. So all of their names are going to be Catholic, Christian, biblical names. Nicks, Georges, Christophers, Michaels. It's like that's what it is. It's like, like because they're the archangels or whatever. Like, so the specificity of that. Plus, Greek people like literally die for hummus. Like it's so similar that like it felt like it felt like I had watched a Syrian Lebanese family on screen, and I was like, probably that was like a moment of being seen, I think, where I was like, that can't believe that happened. And it wasn't even Lebanese, but it didn't even make a difference. It was so important that it also felt like I remember being incredibly impressed that there was such a hunger to have other stories be shown. And in the specificity of telling your story, other people will see things that they relate to, even though they're not your specific thing, right? I'm not specifically Greek Orthodox, but like, yeah. My cousin Nikki, George is like, it's so funny. Yeah. Anyway, 2:00, my loves. I'm going to let you all go. On and about your day. It's been so lovely talking to you. And I hope you enjoy wherever you are this specific time frame of like a 1 p.m. Tuesday lunchy style recap chit chat thing. And obviously, I'm just so thankful that you guys want to spend any time with me and have a sort of looseness to me updating my YouTube, but also like kind of figuring out what we talk about and what we like, which I guess feels always just like live TV, life. Isn't that how it is? I don't know. I know I talk a lot about my life. Anyway, but we're gonna do the things that I think that it's important, which is a little bit of sharing. So I'm on a really good upswing of like feeling back in control of like my nervous system. But I really had a hard week last week. I don't know exactly why. Maybe it was hormonal and stuff, but it was really hard for me. And so I will say that I felt an immense amount of gratitude because I kept kind of reaching out to people in my life, and I kept getting a lot of really loving feedback and really open-hearted conversations that made me feel really good. So, and it helps me like re-regulate myself. So I don't know where you are, but if you are feeling a little out of it or you're feeling whatever, it could be going out there. I felt a weird week too. Even though I said I'm not super into like astrology, it was a new moon. I couldn't quite tell if I'm like, is this new moon energy or am I about to get my period or what's happening or whatnot. So, but I was feeling weird and I got some help through just like loving conversations with my friends and being open and honest. So that's one thing. And so if you are feeling a little whatever, just don't, reach out to people. We're going to do a breath. We're going to continue on our like week. Can you believe that it's basically almost October? Like September's done. September's done. We are just like steamrolling into the holidays, but I'm feeling really hopeful, and I'm feeling a lot of like excitedness about taking care of myself and like expressing myself, the balance of that. So yeah, let's do our breaths. I love you guys so much. So happy that you guys are here. Yeah, it is a good way of saying it. Nervous systems are not supposed to be controlled. They are our smoke alarms, said with respect, not dismissing. Controlled is a bad word. Regulate. Regulators, mount up. There's the regulating of your emotion, of your nervous system, and I'm I'm highly reactive. I have a highly reactive mind and a highly reactive nervous system. I like, I'm easily startled. I'm just that kind of person. So being able to regulate and ground myself, center myself is what I like always need to do, is just, so that's kind of, and I think that I'm going to lean into this. I think that the word control is like not the right word at all. It is very like, it feels very forceful and contrived. Because I could even say being at peace with, regulating, being with, maybe calming, allowing, calming, understanding, being with, balancing. Maybe those are better words. But you know what? Here we are. So I invite us all, me and you, to take care of ourselves and one another and stand up for what we believe and make art, okay? Have a great rest of your week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.